on, we promise you a blockbuster, and I'm sure this won't disappoint. St. Pat's and Mackay, a finalist in 2022, up against Ignatius Park, a finalist last year, as Michael Crutcher joins me for this absolute ripper. It will be a showdown, two Titanic skills coming together. We've got another one on field two. We'll keep you updated. Michael, how do you see this one, mate?
This is a really interesting game. We love these semi-finals, Confraternity Shield, and when we talk about the teams that have been such a feature of Confra Shield history over the years, you have to mention Iggy Park and you have to mention St. Pat's Mackay. The weather conditions will be interesting here. It's still a little bit of drizzle, but we know that this changes the way games are played at times. You play shorter at different times to test your skill level. So we'll see how this happens today in this game. A couple of things to watch for here. St. Pat's Mackay, a powerhouse in the history of this competition, haven't won a Confra Shield since 2003. So they won the Aaron Payne Cup last year for Open North Queensland schools, were undefeated in the Aaron Payne Cup, but couldn't get home in the Shield, as the siren goes. And Ignatius Park College trying to be the first host school to win a Shield since 2013 when they did it last.
There you go. So Ryan Littleford is your referee. Will Batchelor and Jack Thornton are your touch judges as we get set for 15 minutes non-stop footy. As I said, 25-minute halves. Tomorrow for the final, that's a different story, but that's tomorrow. Let's get through this afternoon. This is the final match on field one as we see, Ignatius Park, left of screen, the northern end running it out. And it's with Arthur.
And Iggy Park wearing their jerseys. We mentioned the other day they've designed these jerseys especially for this carnival. Their jerseys resemble the different cultural backgrounds of their players, designed by the players, and they're going to get a workout in the wet today.
You're going to need the nappy sand at the end of this one. We'll see how we go. So charge down this. I say Pats have a good field position on the 40-metre line, and they'll work it out from that end. Kennedy, the tackler, along with some help from his front row there, including Fletcher. Blindside they come. It's with the big man and Cohen Jackson. Cohen Jackson going backwards to go forwards. Gets 35 metres out from the try line. Dummy half is Ryan John. And his teammates underneath that white wall. He'll get up and play it. He's going to be a little bit groggy, you'd think, Elliston. Again, another shot. Last tackle, says referee Littleford. Blindside they come. Fenlon puts a banana kick in. Taken in the air, was he? Yes, he was. Penalty.
A bit of feeling already in this game. So these teams met a few weeks ago in the Aaron Payne Cup. Iggy Park went to Mackay and won that game against St. Pat's Mackay. Of course, Pat's Mackay have flown under the radar a bit here because they lost their opening pool game to the Cathedral College. And so there was an expectation maybe Pat's Mackay aren't quite where teams thought they would be, but then they came out and they held St. Brendan's Yeppoon scoreless in the quarterfinal, 14-0. And in one game, put everyone back on notice that they are a force in this competition, and they set up this really exciting game. Looking forward to this one for 2 days since those quarterfinals were played.
Yeah, the best way to erase last year's memory is to go deeper and better. They didn't make the semi-finals last year, if I'm correct, Michael.
Yeah, last year we had St. Pat's Mackay, the only team from the semi-finals back this year in the semi-finals. Ignatius Park had a very challenging year as they tried to win 3 straight Shields. Coach Zeb Kyle was in his first Confro last year, and he has said that he learnt plenty from Confro last year, and he's taking those learnings into this week, particularly as he balances his squad out across 6 games.
Last tackle here, now it's on the toe of Shepherd. Shepherd puts that aerial big time. The heat's coming through. Allowed to bounce, footy's still alive, and they'll be battered dead in goal there by McSherry, and that will be a line drop out. Yeah, I thought it might have been touched by Ignatius Park play, but it wasn't, so that will be a line drop out in these conditions. And not ideal.
No, and this is this field position game we'll talk about today, just to get from one end to the other. We saw the penalty down there that got Iggy Park off their own line, and they managed to extend it down here. But that's a good dropout, a very good dropout. Yeah,
he lets it go past him there. There's Purdy. He'll have to go back and fetch it. That's the 40-metre line. He's going to stumble towards the halfway. But ball in hand. And it's with Sadler. Connor Sadler. Jackson over the top there. Jackson sort of missed his mark. The other back row coming through, and Kennedy. And a big game the previous game. 4 tries to the back row when Cooper Broadhurst there for Rocky Grammar. Loving the back rowers chalking up the points and doing their job. Kennedy. Sadler again, second carry in the set. 12 out, last tackle said Littleford.
Keep an eye on Connor Sadler. He was really good in the quarterfinal. Well, it's in the first game, I should say.
Yeah, here. Shepherd, kick through, and it's going to be knocked dead in goal. So another line dropout here has been pushed that way by Fenlon across the dead ball line.
That's a good effort from Ignatius Park because they didn't get to the halfway line on that restart from that dropout, but they managed to get to a really short attacking kick there. So St. Pat's Mackay want to try to tighten up a little bit here as that drop out.
Lovely bounce.
Yeah, bounced beautifully.
Yeah, that. Do no wrong. Shepherd throws Afu at the line. Tackler is Thorburn. Dummy half is Kennedy. Again, Fletcher. Not a big forward. Screaming for a penalty above the horizontal. Referee's going to have nothing of that. Here he is against Sadler. Only just knocked over there in the ankle tap from Ryan John. Takes the line, allowed to run. This has caused indecision for the defensive line here, but they've readjusted as Kai Connell mowed down in the corner. Dart from dummy half on the blind side, but the defence is there. He's short, last tackle. Purdy puts a kick in the in goal area. It's been tidied up, and look out, look out. They're going to have to do another line dropout. 3 in a row, but well done to the defence of St. Pat's.
Yeah, defence is held again, but the workload's starting to really pick up here. Another set from a dropout to come. Now, the winner of this game will meet the winner of the other Shield semi-final, which is underway on the next field, and that is between Padua College at Kedron and Iona College at Lyndon. Both of those teams aiming to become the first Brisbane team in a final for the Shield since 2005. So there's lots of different aspects to these games today. Ignatius
Park, coached by Zeb Kyle, and Luke Thompson is the principal for that college. We'll come to the other coaching appointments from the opposite side. Michael probably knows it offhand as we see Ignatius Park. Oh, the big fella. Fletcher, Abdul's on his way. Cohen Jackson just hung on to him. Arthur's to the right, but they go to the left. Back rower in Kennedy. Wrapped up by Whippy. Goes back the other way, trying to find, gets picked up on the toenails there by Baker. And Baker is just short as well. Now it's the last. What do? They're going to make him do another set of 6 here. Grab a kick into the in-goal area. That will have to be knocked dead in goal, and that will be another line drop-out 4 in a row. How about this? That's pressure.
It's real pressure. They're holding their hands from Lincoln Baker there were excellent. That's the type of pass you think gets dropped most of the times today, but he picked it up really well. He's an exciting player too. Lincoln Baker, we saw his skills here in the game on Monday night. The game that went against Merrimack College, it drew a big crowd. I think there's a bigger crowd here right now for this semi-final, and if Ignatius Park are good enough to make it, there'll be an even bigger crowd tomorrow for the final.
Ian Skiffalidi is the coach, and Mrs. Janelle Aquis is the principal of St. Pat's Mackay. There is a bit of a drizzle, but the sun light's a little bit brighter now. So far, the handling has been spot on from both sides, and there's a penalty. Oh, there you go, Johnny. What have you done? What the? That's just. And there are other beings out there, you know. This is we're not here on earth on our own, mate. I'm telling you.
That will be a forward pass celebrated across the St. Pat's Mackay community, because that gives them the chance to start to bring that ball out of their own territory where they have been camped now for some time. So it's 0-0 on the second field between Padua and Iona. We'll keep an eye on that score to see who will go through to tomorrow's final.
Yeah, St. Pat's 4 sets they had to defend. Now they get the scrum feed on the 30. Fed and won by St. Pat's. Tackle there from Sean Weir, Australian schoolboy rugby union player. Darcy Daly, slow to get to his feet, does so eventually. Now his fellow front row and Cohen Jackson gets over halfway. Jack Kennedy, one of the tacklers, holding down too long. So Ignatius Park, all of a sudden, The defence of St. Pat's Mackay has kept them out. Now they'll have to do some defending as we see a touch finder.
Yeah, we'll see what St. Pat's Mackay have got an attack after
Correct.
all of that defence now. They get the ball about 30 metres out.
Well, they had a back line from their 30-metre mark all the way back past halfway. They've got that back line again. You can't see it on screen, but it is there. Let's see what happens with Shears. Here they come, sweeping play. It's with the back row and Jack Thorburn, and Thorburn will drive towards the 20, gets knocked over. Tackled by the halfback in Shepherd. Takes it on himself to promote the footy, this Caleb O'Brien. Gets within 10. Fenlon. Well, he's lost that footy, unfortunately, there is Jackson, and so they'll come up with it at Ignatius Park. So what have they got? Well, we'll have to wait for the next set.
Yeah, I just think in conditions like these, we say that mistakes can really change games, but also the pressure of Shield finals and semi-finals. I mean, they can really add to it as that penalty comes here to help Ignatius Park out. So it's one of those days where St. Pat's Mackay spoke the other day about he really wanted to complete sets and to get through their fundamentals, and that's part of today. You just want to try and get through these sets, and you play for field position and you play for possession on days like today.
Well, referee Ryan Littleford is going to call. The touch judge wanted to make a comment. I'm not sure because Will Batchelor and Jack Thornton are the touch judge. I don't know sure who's, but he spotted something against the Ignatius Park player. So whether this is a penalty, and it will be a penalty to St. Pat's. So something spotted in the ruck.
Yeah, he signalled back check there. Yeah. We talk about the spirit of confraternity here, and it's the Carnival's played in a great spirit as shot straight away to get that ball back.
Well, Ignatius Park will say justice has been done, but anyway, there's no need for the chat. There's only one person, or three people should be talking on the field, the referee and the two captains. So, and with respect. So, 30-metre line cross. So, also St. Pats are on their heels again. Good run from dummy half from the Lincoln Baker, the fullback. Off the shoulder comes Noah Dawson. Good carry from Noah Dawson. Lovely effort there. Ramsamy, one of the tacklers. And again, the forwards start rolling up. Arfu gets the offload. The back rower, Jack Kennedy, wants to have a crack here. And Kennedy will roll over in the tackle there of Thorburn. Lock forward, Jaden Ryan. And he's lost the footy. Well, if you're going to lose the footy, better be 12 metres out from their line than yours, if that's any consolation.
Yeah, the start of the game was played pretty well when it came to mistakes, but we've seen this across the wet fields of the last couple of days. It's not surprising. That's why if you can keep that ball in hand, and you go a long way to winning this game. So there's a few players to watch here. You've already mentioned some of the players who've got NRL connections. There's a few of those here. There's relations to quite accomplished players who are out there as well. So we'll mention those as they come up.
Yeah, well, as I said, the first 10 minutes, everything's dry. Right, your hands are dry, your arms are dry, your jerseys are dry. The footy's not, but it helps. But now it's all a little bit harder. So you just got to readjust. And here's the penalty. They're inside the 10. Referee Littleford did ask them to come back, and they didn't listen. So St. Pat's 0-0 here on field 1.
So these two teams played in the Confro Shield final in 2022 before a massive crowd in Mackay. Things have changed a bit of those programs. They've both got different coaches since then. Michael Comerford was coaching St. Pat's Mackay, now coaches the Mackay Cutters in the Queensland Cup, and Stephen Lansley coached Ignatius Park College to 2 consecutive Shield wins. That was his second straight before he moved across to Southern Cross Catholic College in Townsville. So bits changed, but the rivalry hasn't.
Got that. So this is probably the most expansive they've been, St. Pat's with the footy. Right on the chalk. The winger. Good hands to hang on to that one. Morrow. Crossfield kick early in the... Well, that's gone out on the full. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think the outside men from St. Pat's knew that kick was on because they were nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, no breeze here today to really worry about in the game. So we've gone almost 15 minutes here, and it's 0-0. And on the other field, exactly the same time, and it's 0-0 there. So this might be one of those days when points is at a premium, but...
Well, yeah, that's a good point. If you get a penalty, do you take the 2? Because conversions will be very, very tricky from out wide, and 2 points is half a try. So we'll see what happens if that occurs. There's a penalty, but it's the wrong end of the field for that to come into calculations. As we see the referee a little bit saying, get out, get out. And I wouldn't mind referee Littleford bringing both captains together because this is too many penalties at the moment to keep some continuity going, and most of them are ruck infringements. Well, I can't tell you what to do, but it's just a suggestion. Nobody listens to me anyway. There's a lot of people watching this with the with the audio turned down.
I couldn't imagine that. I can't imagine that.
So, 42 out. Brisky. 3 defenders. Brisky drags with him to the 30. Allowed to run. That's a good darting run there. He's eyes up footy there from Kainan and Kennedy. Reaches out to grab that. It was Baker. Puts it in the in-goal area. Oh, has he got a hand on that? Did he touch it or was it kicked dead in goal? The referee says it's a 20-metre restart.
Yeah, it looked like it was kicked into Baudu, the winger. So it ended up coming off him and going over the dead ball line. It certainly wasn't a knock-on at all from Mackay, but they sharp kick there and good move there from Kine and Kennedy. As you mentioned, also Chase Shepherd involved there in the number 7 jersey. Chase Shepherd, the son of Chris Shepherd, former Cowboys halfback.
Flat pass there to the advantage line for the ball carrier in Ryan John. Thorburn gets to the 40. Rain stopped. Lighter conditions here. Nobody's at home here. Has to be tidied up the back here, and he's knocked that on. It's still alive. That'll be a try if he can get to it. No, he can't. Beats him into the mud. Now, what's the ruling? It's going to be knocked on, so that will be a 20-metre restart.
Yeah, 20 metres out here, and St. Pat's Mackay will be very... Ignatius Park will be happy to get out of that one because that ball stopped and bobbled. It could have gone anywhere, you would have thought. It was going backwards from Iggy Park.
He's run over the top of that.
And then it came over and probably would have kept going on the car park if the fence wasn't there.
Well,
now, over on field 2, Padua has scored the first try of the semi-final and converted for a 6-0 lead over Iona. So there are points somewhere, just not here on field 1.
Most certainly, Father Michael Twigg will be watching that game intensely. So you won't hear this message. You'll be totally ignoring what's happening on this field. But the former rector and our host of the confraternity, which was cut short due to COVID 2021. So
you can guarantee, though, if Iona wins that game, Father Michael will do the scouting of this game, so he'll hear your message then.
There you go. So he's loves his footy. He knows how good it is for young men's mental health here. He's a great proponent of that, as all of us here at confraternity. So here we go. Mackay, St. Pat's. Working it out 0-0. Still got 7.5 minutes to go. Oh!
Yeah, Adam McSherry pleading there for a penalty, doesn't get it. And McSherry is one of those players that you know can have a really big role in this game. He's on the Broncos books. There's plenty of skill that he has. We've seen that in this carnival so far.
He might have scored a try here on field 1, McSherry, from memory.
I wouldn't doubt your memory.
I'm looking at Tim, two Einsteins together. We're at 2 blank looks there, but he's going to look it up for me. I just remember the name. I remember he had a good game. So, Ignatius Park, scrum feed. 6.5 to go before half-time. 0-0. Take the ascendancy into the break and bring it out in the second 25. Eventually, once the ball comes in and out of that scrum. There we go. How hard could it be? Anyway.
Took a while to set that one.
Yeah, so it's in the hands of Baker. Baker allowed to run here, and Baker will go close to the sideline. You want to be careful. He throws it back in field here. It's going to be dived on here by the back row from St. Pat's. And Mark Morrow.
Yeah, Lincoln Baker, we've mentioned how important he is to Iggy Park as well. Both of these fullbacks are really good to watch at full flight. That's a good turnover from St. Pat's Mackay. And that's a great shot as well. But too high.
Yeah, McSherry with 2. 1 try. There you go. Well, try. See, my memory's not so bad, Brian. I mean, what is it again? Michael. But just those names sort of pop up. You can remember him, not so much from try scoring, but he is dynamic in broken play as well. That's going to be fine touch. High shot. And some of those can be hit, you know, around the shoulder because of the greasy conditions, can end up on the chin. 2 footies on the field.
Came straight back in from the sports bar at Brothers, that ball.
It will be slippery now. Restart underway here. Townsend. 0-0. Just over 5 minutes remaining in this semi-final. Mezin. Go to the far side. Sherry there on the 30. They've got a back line here. Do they use it or throw forwards? They're going to throw some more forwards at the line. Still going. Almost had his pants ripped off, but he goes forward. Did Ross before he finds Townsend. Quick play of the ball. They're on their heels. Here are Ignatius Park. Saron. This might be his second carnival. Bradley's name from last year. Crossfield kick coming here from Shears. Plenty of people there. AFL stuff, and it's going to be tidied up here, and the referee's going to find players inside the 10. So obviously in front of the kicker.
Yeah, they were coming through at speed too. They were ready to support, but maybe just a bit too eager. Some of those names, Cooper Shears in the 7 for St. Pat's Mackay. If the last name's familiar, his brother Will was a very good player for St. Pat's Mackay in recent years. Part of the Cowboys young gun squad now, Will Shears.
Temporary start. You can't help but think both sides will shut up shop. Nothing fancy, just one out footy to try and remain 0-0. Don't give the other side any opportunity or any ball in hand unnecessarily. So again, yeah, we're seeing one out stuff. It's Afu. Centre of Jack Mansky Oval, but 5 metres inside St. Pat's territory. Again, one out stuff, nothing fancy.
Well, they've been intent to really try to make ground here through the middle. Iggy Park at times, and then expanding late here.
Little kick over the top here, and a good catch on the 10-metre line. So good set of 6 there from St. Ignatius Park. So they played their card, or their hand, what they want to do. They just want to run the clock down as well. Nothing fancy, a little kick over the top here just to complete their set.
Both of these teams with Confro graduates who played for Queensland last night. Daly Cherry Evans, a captain, a St. Pat's Mackay product, and Valentine Holmes, of course, an Iggy Park Confro player in years gone by.
Is that a high shot? It is. Yeah, he knows he's done bad. Right as sofa. But it wasn't intentional, and honestly, none of them have been. You just hit that chest or shoulder, you know you're going to have the likelihood of it slipping up and finding the chin. There's no grey areas, contact with the head.
Iona College has scored out wide on field 2 to make the score 6-4 to Padua College. A kick to come for Iona.
Oh, big contact there, supercharge run there from Cohen Ross. Shears takes on the defence, loses the footy in the process, so they can come away with it, play on. Gone high there, referee says play on. 6 more to go.
Ignatius Park supporters trying to assist the referee there.
Oh, I think it's very kind of them.
Yes, it's
being
been helpful.
Dismiss the encouragement. Krause will get up. I'm not too sure whether I'm not sure whether the touch judges are wide to the centre ref. I think it's all hand signals. Last Mark Savage at half-time on that one.
They are. Had to have earpieces there. So
Afu loses the footy, but it's because of the infringement from the... Now, in front, I know it's 40 metres out. There's 80 seconds to go. Do you take the 2? They're looking to the bench.
They are looking. I'd have a go.
I'd have a go.
80 seconds. There's still 25 minutes to play.
And they will take the 2.
They are going for it.
So that'll wind down the clock. Regardless, you would think it'll be either... This is rocket science. You ready for this, Michael? It'll be 0-0 or 2-0.
This is why I want to get you as a maths tutor for my sons.
Wow. I can guarantee you they'll be at home for the rest of their lives because nobody will employ them if they're going to be as smart as me. But it's just, we talked about it earlier, how important the conversions are and semi-final football. If you get the opportunity, we talked about it, do you take the 2 regardless of what time of the game it is, whether it's the first minute or the last minute of the half? They're just so valuable 2 points if you can get them. It's not an easy kick he's in. Now, you can see just behind him, it's quite muddy. Now, he's going to have to walk through that. I haven't seen his kicking style.
It's just a bit of a drier part there that he'll kick off, but certainly the approach won't be like that.
10 seconds remaining before half-time.
And Padua defending their line and regaining the ball on the second field. So that's 6-4 to Padua still in the final seconds.
Strikes it pretty well, and they go to a 2-0 lead here, will Ignatius Park. So is that enough momentum to take into the second half? Referees having chat to the skipper, but the penalty goal has a 2-0 lead to Ignatius Park, the home school, and we'll be back with the second 25 minutes straight after this break. But we're about to get underway in about a minute's time. Just a shout out to CQ University, a major sponsor, and also to Struddies, who have been a major sponsor for a long, long time in many sports around Queensland and probably around Australia, actually. Struddies, and also to the Carbine Club. Also, we'd like to thank the... Also, I'd like to take the Confraternity of Brothers Clubs. The Carbine Club, as I mentioned, they award the Don Elroy Medal and their Reg Cannon Medal. Reg is here. Catholic School Parents Queensland, the Brisbane Broncos, Dolphins, Cowboys and Titans, and our life members, men who have built this carnival into what it is today. Obviously, our major sponsors. And also the NRL and QRL. Remembering 4 p.m. this afternoon, the girls' final from Country Bank Stadium. We are underway.
It will be 4:30 p.m.
4:30, beg your pardon. I think actually, yeah.
You can find the link to that live stream. It won't be through the Confraternity Carnival website. The NRL will provide the coverage of the girls' final, but go to Confraternity Carnival Facebook page, the real one, not the scam pages. There's a few out there. Everything at Confraternity Carnival is free to watch. So never expect that you have to pay to watch any coverage here that the Red Corner team produces so well. It's all free and all available.
So, and big numbers. We're talking thousands of viewers. So, such is the this carnival draws people from all around the world, if you will. So,
and if you are watching via our Facebook stream, so give us a shout out and tell us where you're watching from. We'd love to know where you're watching from. We've had some good numbers on this game. Lots of, I'm sure, old boys as well of St. Pat's Mackay and Iggy Park tuning in to watch this, family, friends. So welcome, but let us know where you're watching from.
Yeah, speaking of which, Darren Smith will be watching this one from, I just remember school holidays, so teachers from all these colleges around Queensland will no doubt be tuning in. He's obviously from Clevo McKillop, but are still watching semi-final confraternity footy. So a penalty right on half-time to Lincoln Baker for Ignatius Park has a 2-0 lead. As we see this one go end over end, is it too big? No, it sits up nicely. It's going to be for McSherry to bring it out from his own in-goal area. And our half... Oh, there's a high shot. Just lazy arm.
I was thinking the chase was quite good for Ignatius Park as well. They had numbers down there, but just wrong-footed, and
Bruce Bardou.
Penalty is given.
And the halftime score over at the other field, Michael, was
6 points to 4 in favour of Padua College. So
try a piece there.
If the scores hold now, it would be Ignatius Park Padua Grand Final, but there's 2 points in each margin right now, so we've got a long way to go.
Don't do it, people. Don't do it. Don't predict anything, even if you win by 16-0. Who knows what can happen. It's no rain at the moment. It's not saying conditions are any better, but it's disappeared. So, big shot coming in from Connor Sadler.
So we've got shout out to Debbie watching in Mount Isa this game.
Isa.
There is a player here, Patrick Krause, the winger for Iggy Park, who's a Mount Isa lad.
Fantastic. Biggest rodeo in the Southern Hemisphere is held at Mount Isa. So it's not the last tackle, but they've decided to kick on the fourth. Chases are coming through. Oh, courageous take inside. No, he's going to say he's got in the way of the kicker, taking him out.
Yeah. Be an escort play there potentially.
So I did check with Mark Savage, who's the referee coach for this one. The touch judge and the referee are wired, so they're in communication. So we've got 6 eyes on all this. No need for charades to try and work out what's going on, so that's good to know. But a chance here for St. Pat's and Mackay to put some points on. I'm sure if they get a penalty, they will too try to level the score. Better still to try. Ryan John shears, gives it off to Fenlon, and Fenlon finds Sarin, who trips his way to the 10-metre line. Takes it himself right to the line. Caleb O'Brien, I thought he might have snuck his way through there. Ryan John now, terrible pass, picked up on the half volley by Fenlon. Now with McSherry. McSherry rolls away from one before he finds his outside man and Muscat. Muscat tries to skip out of the tackle. He's been hung on to doggedly there by, I think it might have been Weir. Fenlon. Elliston. So far, Ignatius Park line is held for 5. Here's the last. Shears. Little kick over the top, flies high, hangs on low. Has he? No, I think he might have lost it mid-flight there. Lachlan Whippy, and that'll be a 20-metre restart. He just needed to hang on. It was just a little bit too big. Having a look at this replay here for CQ University.
Oh, he had it. I thought he was going to bring that ball down. A fantastic leap. An Aussie rules player would be proud of that. Fingertips, and then just comes out as the momentum takes him down. That was...
So a knock on and play the ball for Ignatius Park, yeah.
And on the other field, Padua's gone in underneath a post, so that'll be a 12-4 lead to Padua over Iona. So
neighbours down there in the Brisbane suburbs of Padua College at Kedron. And Iona down at Wynnum North.
Lyndon officially.
Lyndon, oh, there you go.
That's the official one.
Are they? Oh, yeah, I think you're probably right. Lyndon Road's just there. Correct. Lyndon Railway Station's right there.
That's right.
That's why it's Lyndon, John. Wow. Learning. Thorburn. So Ignatius Park forced to defend again from a handling error. Blindside they go. Fenlon. Gets the offload, trying to get to his feet is Sarin. Jackson. In turn gives it on to O'Brien. O'Brien wrapped up there by Afu. John. Oh, finger in the way there. I don't think that was supposed to go to Fenlon. I think it was supposed to go to the man outside him. And an error, so Ignatius Park survive.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones when you see that ball, your brain's telling you to pull your arm out of the way, but it's just so hard to do it. And it just comes off the fingertips and gives Iggy Park a breather. But there's still only 15 out from their own line. And we've seen today it's not easy getting out of your own territory.
Yeah, they just need to complete a set. It's not easier said than done at the moment, because such is the ferocity of some of these tackles and the over-enthusiasm to get to the other end.
St. Pat's Mackay are going to have to try to find a way through this Iggy Park defence, because it's held them so far. That fingertip lost before on the kick, but it took a kick and a fabulous leap there as well. So be interesting to see what St. Pat's Mackay do to try to find a way through when they get their next chance. But right now it's Iggy Park.
You'd have to think Ariel even those grubbers in goal, but obviously St. Pat's had to repel that with line dropouts aplenty first half. So 40-metre line's just there. It's starting to disappear in the mud there, that 40-metre line, as they come to the Leagues Club side of the Townsville Blackhawks. A lot of people here, a lot of people you can't see on screen. Undercover. Enjoying some quality footy now as he's been hit late. Well, the referee pointed out, and I can guarantee you this will be, and it is a penalty. 12 out.
That's one of those penalties as a coach you just really screw your face up. And in rugby league now, you don't see that very often. The kickers are looked after, and there's just not really much you can get out of that hit after the kick. So this is a big chance for Ignatius Park. They're 12 metres out.
The only benefit of is later on when he has a kick, he's going to have a second look on that. But this penalty's going to be awarded 11 metres out. So the Mackay player needs to be careful. A charge down, by all means. But, geez, you're not taking a player out with a tackle. You're never going to get away with that. So to the right they go through Sarin. Sarin sliding towards the sideline. Bordeaux. Flat pass there to Afu. Cohen Jackson, one of the tacklers. Flat ball. Crash ball. Dawson! 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 Referee Littleford's right there. He says held up. Who's underneath that? Who isn't? Great effort.
The referee right in the spot there too. That was a great effort by St. Pat's Mackay to prevent Dawson from getting over that line.
Big body Dawson. That's courageous stuff here. Wrap around. Connell. Tackled by his opposite in Whippy. Grubber kick in the in-goal area. I don't think it was the last, but regardless, still another long way to go for St. Pat's to get to the other end.
And good defence.
I just noticed Iggy Park are doing some unorthodox stuff, those little kicks, little dinks early in the tackle count just to get field position and then rely on their line defence to keep Mackay's sixth tackle option well and truly in their own half. So that's their 10-metre line. They just finally got across there on the third tackle. There you go. They lost the footy. And he's very happy. Big Noah Dawson. Look at him. Come to me, faithful. Pay homage. What a great hit.
You love the excitement at Con Pro. That's a freeze frame. If a photographer got that one, is very excited by that.
Well, if it leads to a try, I'll thank that man for it. And it's going to be a scrum set right in front of the left hand upright, the right hand upright, as Ignatius Park look at it. They've got a back line to the left. It's 3-3. Back line to the right. See McSherry come out of the scrum, the fullback into the defensive line. You cannot see that. Away we go. Defence comes up, headed by Shears. Shuts down Purdy. 10 out. Kennedy finds the back row on Jack Kennedy. 5 out Kennedy. Kynan Kennedy, dummy half. Shepherd. As he lost the footy in a... Now, that's a great tackle. He's hit the ball. He's aimed his shoulder at the ball to try and dislodge at the St. Pat's Mackay player, and it's come up trumps. Very hard to hang on. And they're inside the 10, so St. Pat's, you can see now with Dawson going, come on, fellas. So McSherry, he's going to try and find touch. Is there much of a breeze? I don't think there is, Michael. You probably need the doorway there. I don't think that's...
No, there's not much breeze. Nothing to really be concerned about from a breeze viewpoint.
So, let's see how we go. First carries Thorburn.
And Padua College have scored again to go 16-4 in front on field 2. So, Padua currently leading in the battle of the Brisbane teams to make a Shield final.
Yeah, and your clock on the screen is the same clock for all 6 fields, so they have just as long to go in that game as we do. So Padua, a lot of points with only 13 minutes remaining for Iona to come back from that 2-0 here. Nobody's crossed the try line yet. Well, now, do you take the 2? Here is the question. He's going to, if they go up and play it on that particular spot, they're looking to the sideline. And I think they're going to take the 2. No.
They're going to play footy.
Wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong again. Jackson. Let's see what happens. Do they get 4, maybe 6?
You always like to see
Toby.
a team play a bit of footy, so let's see what they can do here, St. Pat's Mackay.
Yeah, they probably took that 2 because it was half-time. They may have changed their mind if it had been mid-game. Toby, wobbly old pass, tidied up here by Fenlon, turns it back inside to Jackson. Jackson runs in the front row of Fletcher and Afu. Hasn't been called held. Now he has because his face is in the dirt. He'll get up and play it. Shears goes back the other way. Shears. Oh, I thought he was there. Baker was there as well. The cover defence. He's on his way. I think he's about to celebrate and realise, bang, that's going to be hit back late and that's going to be a knock-on. And Iggy Park will come away with their line intact. Let's play what if. Maybe the 2. Who knows?
The Cooper Fletcher, the Bowen product, back for another confro this year. Very happy with that result that dislodges the ball. So I tell you what, John, there's 11 minutes to go and we have a trialless Shield semi-final. And if it continues that way, the question will be asked, has there ever been a trialless Shield semi-final before or final? And that's going to become my problem.
You're looking at the wrong guy. You're looking at the wrong guy. But look, I love defensive footy games because just like that, do you take the 2? Do you not take the 2? Do you go for a 2-point field goal? Do you take the tap and try and get 4 instead of 6? There's so many things that can throw it up in low-scoring games.
Yeah, different to the game on the other field where it's 16-4 to Padua. This is a real arm wrestle, and you just get the feeling for this last 10 minutes that errors or, really good defence is going to be worth more than it normally is.
Well, you just can't help but think that there's going to be just one pivotal thing, something extraordinary is going to happen between now and full time, which is 10.5 minutes away. It's just the nature of semi-final football. Seen it many times with Mitchell Hardy. Last tackle says referee Littleford. Everybody's on side this time. Baker launches that into the sky. McSherry's underneath it. He takes it. That'll be a 20-metre restart. Too much juice on that kick.
Yeah, too much from one fullback to the other. Was well taken as well by Adam McSherry. Have to wait for his team to get behind that 20-metre line. They've still got plenty of time in this game. You just want to, spoke at the start, at the basics. Get through the basics. Get through your sets. Get your field position ready. And then they've still got to find a way through St. Pat's Mackay. They've had some chances against the Ignatius Park defence. They haven't been able to get there. Some near misses with Cooper Shears' individual run before, the drop ball over the top of the kick. They've got to find a way through, but they're making the yards right through the middle at the moment.
Yeah, well, they probably need to do a Ignatius Park and get a reset underneath the crossbar. Not the last. Puts a toe in. The winger and Badu is up. End over end. Badu has to grab it. Is he going to be picked up and put into touch? No. So he's right in the corner on the 10-metre line. Field position is okay. So St. Pat's Mackay need to defend without giving away a penalty. Ignatius Park need to get to their kick without coughing up the footy in this set.
Yeah, we talk about the energy that Confraternity Carnival takes out of it. This is game number 5 for these teams since Monday. They're used to playing half an hour per half in their games, so 60-minute games, but this is a 50-minute game off the back of 160 minutes of football Monday, Tuesday. So you always think in the end to these matches that the gaps come from the tiring defence, and it's not easy to...
That hasn't been played out, so there should be...
Oh,
there you go. Badu puts it on the toe, and there's a catch here. Well, is that the funkiness I was talking about was with Muscat? And the other thing also, this has been played in heavy conditions too, and that can be very fatiguing on the legs, can't it? Well, especially for the forwards. You've got to go... You're running backwards in mud for 15 minutes. Not easy. Hasn't played that properly, and he's going to get penalised for it.
That's a correct call. I'm just glad that passage of play before happened when we're on TV and not radio, because I wouldn't want to describe what happened with that. It was a lot going on. But just where are some of these quick men? Who are your fast men here as we get to the last 8 minutes? Who are the guys who can come in and maybe take advantage of those tiring packs? Maybe someone slow back from marker or slow back in the line. Just some of those men who might be able to change that up as we get late in this game, because St. Pat's Mackay need a breakthrough. Ignatius Park want to try to get further ahead, because when you're the game's got a 2-point deficit, anything can happen in the late in a semi-final. And there's a bust from Lincoln Baker.
This is the one you were talking about. Baker's already got the 2 penalty kicks. He's going to go. He'll dive early and slide into the corner, and he'll score. Lincoln Baker from a scrum, an error from St. Pat's Mackay, and they made them pay. We've seen it once, we've seen it twice, we've seen it 100 times at Confro. From the back of a scrum, a set play, Michael Crutcher, have a look at this. This is inside their own half.
That's what we're talking about, the fast man. Lincoln Baker is one of those quick men. He just has enough to jink and put the defence into 2 minds. And look at the run. And you knew Adam McSherry would come at him. I'd like to see them both in a 100-metre sprint. But Lincoln Baker, he was very good against Marymount on Monday night, and he gets one for the home crowd here to... bit of noise coming from the sports bar downstairs there, John. Iggy Park goes ahead.
As I said, it was going to take something special, and maybe it's on the back of that funky little kick from Badu or something like that, but a handling error. Well, it wasn't actually handling, he didn't play it properly, and they get a scrum, and we've seen it before, but there's no way through there, but he found a way through to Lincoln Baker.
Yeah, just had a little jink there, and just enough to put the defence in 2 minds, and he got through. Now, on the other field, Iona has scored, but they didn't convert. So it's still Padua 16, Iona 8, with 6 minutes to go. So at the moment, we're 6 minutes away from an Ignatius Park versus Padua Confraternity Shield final. Let's see if that changes here. It won't be an easy kick for Lincoln Baker. And this is one of those passages of play. It'll be roughly 5 minutes when St. Pat's Mackay restart this game. What have they got in these 5 minutes?
Well, this is a very important kick. It'll be deflating if Baker kicks this thing here for St. Pat's Mackay, because they'll need to get 2 bites of the cherry just to possibly force a draw, whereas 6-0 possibly come back from to square it up. I can bet you, I'm not a betting man, even though I've got 5 apps on my phone, which are all empty, will be short kickoff. Strikes it. Gets enough on that, but it's going to hit the... Well, Tim's sitting next to me. How many have we had hit the upright, Tim? Probably a dozen? Half a dozen, at least. Let's
look at this replay. It's really good to watch this. Just schoolboy rugby, pace, excitement. You always got the thought that maybe it's Lincoln Baker for Ignatius Park, maybe it's Adam McSherry for Mackay, but someone needed to just find something a bit out of the ordinary, and Lincoln Baker did there. So what have we got with 4 minutes and 45 to go?
Little kicking T-boy there. Well, I've just lost some money because that's a long kick-off. End over end, lands on the try line. And they'll bring it back, Iggy Park. They'll want to complete their set here. Handling error at their end won't be ideal. Don't give them a sniff. It'll be the call from Ignatius Park, the host school. Didn't make the semi-finals last year. They made the final the year before against this side. So...
Yeah, and don't forget last year, Ignatius Park didn't make the top 8 last year.
Well, top 8, they didn't make the quarters.
They didn't make the top 8 last year. They had a challenging carnival off the back of 2 consecutive wins, but you can see the lessons they've learned out of last year, which they've been very open about, which has got them 4 minutes away from another final appearance.
At home at that. Rapina first, now Sadler. Kennedy. Kicking early. McSherry. Well, in broken play, he can be dangerous, but he's going to be smashed back by the chasers. Badu, one of those. 3.5 remaining. They need to play some expansive footy here. As you mentioned, Michael, they had an opportunity to go aerial to score a try. Other than that, there's been no way through the line of Ignatius Park's defence.
No, they've held steady, Ignatius Park. Pats Mackay hasn't found a way through, as we have a fly past of some Air Force craft organised by Ignatius Park, maybe.
Maybe. So the touch justices and referee can't hear each other, maybe, but it's not a bad ploy. This man has been relentless. St. Elliston, 15. Go to the kick. And now, he sheltered the kicker, and the penalty's going to go to Ignatius Park. Is that the straw that'll break the camel's back?
Well, you know out of this that they'll probably get one set at best. St. Pat's Mackay, so they need to defend this set and then somehow get themselves to the other end of the field. Ignatius Park not in any hurry here as we get to 2 minutes and 20 seconds on the ground clock.
Can't help but think last tackle option might be a field goal. 2:15 on the clock. Kick for touch.
The other field, we've still got 16-8 to Padua with 2 minutes remaining there.
So you would think the Padua will progress. See what happens in this one. Mind you, though, runaway try at the other end and get an intercept. What can this final cough up? Forward at the line there, and Cooper Fletcher. Thinking if they can't get across the line, they might go for a one-pointer. Sofa slammed on his back on the 10. Even a good one there from Crofts. Again, they come back towards the uprights. Beats one, not the second one. Mezen, the tackler. Going sideways, trying to get across through there. There's no way. Looking for a pass out of the back. Referee now calls held. It's the last. Well, they're going to kick in the in goal area, and it's going to be dived on. Now he's going to be penalised for dragging him in the in goal. 1 minute, one set. I'll kick for touch quickly. What can this conjure up this final? Remembering a penalty kick just before half-time, then a try there from Lincoln Baker. He's got all 6 points, a penalty and a try in the corner.
45 seconds here on the clock now into the 30s.
St. Pat's, what can they conjure up? They haven't been able to get across the line briefly for a second. McSherry, long ball, taken by the winger and Muscat. Muscat puts it on the table. Badu's knocked that on, knocked back. That should be a scrum feed. You would think to St. Pat's, if they're quick enough, it will be a scrum feed, but I think time's against them. It's 16 seconds to go. And Ignatius Park College will progress to the final against Padua. You can try. We're stopping the clock, but it doesn't stop. 5 seconds. It's all over. So full time here, and you will have Ignatius Park. Didn't make the top 8 last year. Will progress to the Shield final tomorrow afternoon against Padua College. Michael, we're waiting for the.
We're going to play this
scrum.
scrum.
Play it. Well, there you go.
So he will play this scrum. So this is an interesting call.
Wow. Hadn't been set. Kicking. Going to be tidied up the back. Just needs to take the tackle. He does so. And we'll wait for the now. A little bit of argy-bargy. Well, he took the tackle, did Patrick Krause. He lay on the ground. The players came over the top of him, and they took umbrance to that, and it's come to this.
Disappointing way for this game to finish because it was played really well as it all breaks up now. And some Ignatius Park players just want to watch out. They've got a grand final tomorrow, and they don't want to be getting themselves in any trouble. St. Pat's Mackay frustrated, but it's going to be an Ignatius Park College versus Padua College final tomorrow. Ignatius Park trying to become the first team to win as the host since 2013.
Did he call? Has the whistle gone for full time?
I'm not sure it has gone yet for full time.
That's what my question is. Has it gone for full time, or will St. Pat's get a penalty because of?
Yeah, we are holding back here. So we're going to see what happens here. The touch judge is out.
So I don't think he's called full time.
We're having a look around here. So the two touch judges will have a chat here. Everything's broken up on the field.
The players from Ignatius Park have gone off the field, that being the bench. So just the...
Now, Coach Zeb Kyle is on the field here for Ignatius Park and taking his bench players off the field. So there's a little bit of confusion. The two touch judges will have a chat about it, because if they do deem that there was anything untoward from the Ignatius Park players, that would be a penalty, and that would be 5 metres to the right of the uprights and about 28 metres away from the post. So we're certainly not done with here yet.
So I don't know whether they're talking as into who needs to be sent off or reported, but I don't recall, and I could be wrong, that full time was called.
No, full time wasn't called. You're right. Calling out a play here from Mackay, first of all. Now on the other field, they're into the presentations on the other field, so Padua was definitely into their first final since 2005, the first Brisbane team to do so in 19 years. And what happens here? We're not sure yet.
No. So 7 survives. Now, what happened was they remonstrated with a player diving on top of, I think it might have been Patrick Krause who had the footy. Of course, the kick came through. He dived on it, and then Mackay came over the top to force the tackle. They didn't like the tackle, and Ignatius Park reacted.
Yeah, there was a third man in situation there, but I'm not sure what the touch judges and the referee have deemed here.
Time back on,
that
penalty.
Is something we have not seen here in Confro history. This is quite a moment for...
Interesting, all players are still on the park.
St. Pat's Mackay. Now, they can go and draw this game and go to extra time. They can kick a goal and go to extra time here. This 5-minute situation. They're not going to do that, which is quite interesting. There is an extra time period here. They've decided to go to the air.
Here we go. Strap yourselves in. Flies high. Allowed to bounce. Badu with it. Badu will knock it on. It's going to be picked up in the end there by St. Pat's. The referee says knock on. We'll wait for the whistle. And now it's full time. Ignatius Park will progress. Well, crazy scenes here on field 1 of Jack Mansky Oval. Bizarre stuff.
Yeah, a draw at the end of regulation time is a golden point situation in a semi-final. They decided not to take that penalty goal to make it 2-2. They decided to, 6 times, so 6 they decided to go to the air. So I've mistaken that.
Yep. So
my mistake. So
all right, well, it's all been wrapped up here. Ignatius Park 6 over St. Pat's 0. We'll see you tomorrow. Ignatius Park will take on Padua College. If we have anything like we've had today, it's going to be a beauty. Good night. We will see you tomorrow.